This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bird on the scramble for the last spot in the AL wildcard continues tonight at the Dome. The Jays were able to end Casey's 9-game win streak last night, and now they're looking to lock up a series win in the rubber match. As it stands, Toronto's 3 games back at that final wildcard spot, which is currently being held by the Red Hot Guardians, who've won 7 straight. Spencer Arrighetti gets the ball tonight for the Jays, opposite the Royals' Nola Cameron. It's actually Arrighetti's first start for Toronto since coming over in the deadline, though he did make his Jays debut out of the bullpen last week. Today marks exactly 1 month left to go in the regular season, so the stakes get even higher from here on out. After tonight, the Mariners are in town, followed by the Guardians, both crucial series against teams right in that wildcard picture. The Cleveland series is the only one Toronto has left against a team over 500. So can the Jays take advantage down the stretch drive? Fandle currently has them at plus 470 to make the playoffs, which are better odds for you now than they were when they came back home, so I don't know, I'd hit it. Alright, we are less than 2 weeks away from the start of the regular NFL season, and we're going to continue our series of the division preview. Today we're taking a look at the AFC East, and this is not an excuse to talk about Josh Allen, I swear. But who else did you think we'd start this segment with? The 2024 MVP took a slight step back statistically last year, but he was still pretty outstanding, albeit in a year that ends similarly to every year with the Bills. This is a new era of Buffalo football though. Now Allen has a new #1 receiver in DJ Moore, who came over in a trade with the Bears. There's also a new head coach and a new stadium, even if it's taken a bit of heat online. But overall, there's talk about a new attitude surrounding the Bills. More edge on our new head coach Joe Brady, who takes over for Sean McDermott. Speaking of newness, AJ Brown has touched down in New England as Drake May's new top target. He had over 1,000 yards in each of his 4 seasons with the Eagles, and that was before the soap opera that ended his tenure there. Brown slides into Stephon Diggs' old spot though, so it's not like the Pats aren't used to drama. So you got the Bills and the Pats, who reached the Super Bowl last season, and then there's the Dolphins and Jets, who should slug it out for last place. Miami brought in Malik Willis to replace Tua, and it'll be intriguing to see what they get from him. Worst case, there's a generational QB class coming in next year, so a short-term swing might not be a bad idea. You have to figure the Jets might be in that market too, since they handed the keys this year to Geno Smith, who was a train wreck in Vegas last season. FanDuel currently has the Bills as the odds-on favorite to win the division, but don't count on the defending AFC champs. If you want to catch more of the Pats, you can see their preseason game tonight against the Browns on TSN. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Alright, so we just talked Bills and Josh Allen, and mentioned that he won the MVP 2 seasons ago. And look, this is clearly a QB award, more so than ever before. It's been 14 years since a player at any other position has won it, that being Adrian Peterson back in 2012. We also had 5 different guys win MVP over the past 5 years, and we could be in for another new one this year. As it stands, Allen's the front runner at FanDuel, but Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Drake May are also in the mix as the best first-time candidates. Now, we talked about all 3 of those guys this week in our previews, so we already know they're primed for big seasons. But what if a non-QB actually went and did what seems impossible these days? Jahmyr Gibbs has the best odds at 80-1, and if Myles Garrett did it, he'd be the first defensive player since 1986. All long shots, but hey, maybe we're taking a swing. Time now for my favorite segment on yours that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
Alright, there's a circus going on in college football these days. Guys getting drafted, going to NFL camps, and then going back to college. But this might be one of the most unlikely returns to college football. 47-year-old Justin Buzzer reliving the glory days. 30 years since he last strapped on the pads. He's a pastor, and now he's lacing them up for San Jose City College. And the body is holding up all right.
Just got home from practice and a little banged up. Bruises that I've always got. Cuts on the hand. Ice on the knee. Cuts on the leg. That's football for you.
You know what? I bet he could throw a football over them mountains. That's it for me today. We'll see you back in tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.